We've been living in Hong Kong since 2017, so just under 7 years now.
When we heard that we would be coming to live in Hong Kong, I was actually super happy because my mother was born here in 1948. So Hong Kong has always been in our family stories. So I was very curious to discover the city. And we've always been quite attracted by Asia. So we were happy to come. Hello, we are Gwenael Domitille, and we are the French-speaking Catholic community of Hong Kong coordinators.
Hello, so this is our chapel where the French community gathers at Mass every Saturday.
At 6 p.m.
Well, actually, even before we arrived in Hong Kong, we came here for a few days just to know what Hong Kong was like, and we attended Mass here. So we knew that the French Catholic community was very dynamic and vibrant as well.
In the UK, we went to English Mass because we were not living in the center of London where the French community was located. So we went in our neighborhood in English, which was completely fine. So we're used to both languages. So when we heard that there was such a big and dynamic and welcoming French-speaking community, we came here straight away.
Then the first tracing of the French-speaking community, the presence of the French-speaking community, is noted by 1930, yes, because we know the family which were already here in 1930s in Hong Kong. The French community in Hong Kong, the first purpose, I don't know really the first motivation, but it was linked to the companies which sent the workers here working on the Suez Company, and so many people were sent here because we have the members from everywhere in France, even from other territories of France, and French speaking coming from Africa.
Active people who would actually come to Mass like more than once a year, I would say 1,000. If you count the people who come to Mass every weekend, every Saturday evening, I would say 200.
It is very important to attend the Mass, to pray, to be in a social relationship with other Catholics, because it's so easy to lose the Christian faith, the Catholic belonging to the Church, without any possibility to maintain it regularly. We are so lucky. I want to express my gratitude on behalf of the French-speaking community to Dominicans, brothers, which welcome us every Saturday. And we have, for 6 years, I think right now, the office in the 8th floor, yes, with the possibility to gather on small groups.
Okay, so this is the room where the French community gathers, and we have meetings to decide the big strategic orientations of the community and where all the big decisions are made. This is also the place where we have our, administrative manager who's in charge of all the logistical aspects of the community. Okay, so welcome to the diocese where the French community gathers. A few times every year we have what we call a welcome party or welcome group, who basically will be in charge of welcoming new people arriving in Hong Kong and trying to get into Catholic faith and pray with us. I would say French people go to Mass regularly, mostly at the big events, Easter, Christmas. And then there is a core of Catholics that go to Mass every Sunday or every Saturday. I think In France, people at Mass, they like to stay after Mass to bond and have some time together and share some good moments. The French community, so we go to Mass to Rosary Hill, you know, it's the Rosary Hill chapel as you went there. So it's a bit harder for us to stay after Mass as we would in France, but we try to recreate these bonding and community moments through other moments, like for instance, and after that we try to organize some food, drink sharing afterwards, either here or in the park next door. These are the books that we use for the catechism for the young people, right, for the kids. And as you can see, you know, it's made of very nice pictures, but also very solid teachings about what the faith is, right? And the idea is really to start teaching the young people of the community about faith, about Jesus. Well, you need more than Mass, right? Because Mass for the young, it can be a bit long, they don't understand everything. So that's why you need to have, you know, catechism preparations, you know, scouts, so that they can learn about Jesus, you know, in a different way. And having the scouts group is a nice way of combining their willingness to go out and have outdoor activities. They're teaching about Jesus and the faith. And this is something that is usually very popular in Europe. Yeah, that's
like catechism from 7-year-old to 18. And we also have some service in this pool to teach toddlers during Mass. So children, they need the faith, they need to know Jesus, they need to know the Lord, they need to know the gospel, they need to know all that. So there's teaching, but they also need to have the right values. And so we want to teach them also the Christian values. So they would do charity projects, they would do some, many things together that would help these two things, faith and values. And it's super important for kids.
So we offer lots of services, so, you know, from baptism, First Communion, catechism. So you have different segments of activities during our community. So you have the liturgical pole, the section which takes care of organizing the masses, training the choir, gathering the musicians. Then you have, a section that takes care of all the sacraments, from baptism up to marriage. First Confirmation, and so on.
Eucharist.
And then for those who want to either get to know Jesus or deepen their relationship to Jesus, you have, faith teachings, so prayer groups.
We have to work much more to put the bridges between our French-speaking community, others foreign-speaking community. We try to do it with the German-speaking community. We try as well with others, and in the near future with the Korean and so on.
But I think that's the beauty about Catholicism, is that everywhere we go, or everywhere, in every place we live, we feel like we are at home anytime we enter a church, because we share the same faith and the same way of seeing the world and the same hope. So, it's important to stay very close to local communities and to make everybody understand that we are united, right?
Au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit. Amen. Que Dieu vous bénisse tous.